We saw Slater back to original Slater, really. I mean, his board under his feet with the Akila Ipa 5.8. That was awesome to see. He went all the way to the quarters right there. And, Kanoa did really well himself and got himself into the world title race.
Two matched up again in this round of 16, heat number 4. Winner goes to the quarterfinals. And Kanoa Igarashi already has a number on the board, Pete.
He does, a 4.83, which is a solid number. A 4.83 can score on the top two. Although the conditions are a little bit better now, but look at that, little flared out, little tail whip from Kanoa.
We look back in history, the same story was of a young Kelly Slater as well, child prodigy, and everybody had eyes on Kelly very early on. Igarashi, and has to eject and throw the board away on that one.
Yeah, it didn't look like that one had much of a landing, just full transition into the flats, although Kanoa saw that there was maybe a missed timing on the air. Here we go, Kelly.
Slater. This is our first look at him in this heat. Nice snap to begin, little bobble on the bottom, but gets back up in the lip and has to fight for the finish, but unable to pull the nose out of that final maneuver.
Little struggle there for Kelly standing up there, just a tiny wobble, but sure he'll get that warm up on.
Really happy to push the world title to Hawaii. I feel like it's gonna make things a lot more interesting for everyone, and it's gonna give me a little bit more time to recover too.
Can't close it out here. Live action here with Kelly Slater. Oh, and the incredible last turn, but just unable to finish off there. Slater is in the lead over Kanoa Igarashi with a 3-point ride and a 3.67 for a two-wave total of 6.67.
Should not count at the end of this if he wants to beat Kanoa Igarashi. He's already carrying that 4.83. So mistake here by McKelly, not able to pull that one down. He pulls that down. We're matching the 4.83. Very similar style score for Kanoa.
11 world titles by not being able to come back in the end of the heat and understand the numbers and what you need to do to get those numbers. Here is Slater again, beautiful carve to open up, little tail release. Banks a high line, throws it back up. And again,
same thing.
Looks like he was riding out of that one in the surprising incomplete for Kelly Slater.
With that, though, is that when he's getting all this sensitivity out of his boards, which is great, because he can have that loose up, but in situations like this where you're trying to hopefully that foam keeps you above, it'll sink because he's riding such low volume.
He didn't ride up because it looks like he had the work done there, but that low volume board stayed underwater.
Yeah, just a little bit. I mean, he touched on this board being more volume up front for that reason alone, but it's still a less than most people ride.
Going left, throwing it up. And again, just a little swing at it. Plenty of time on the clock, 24 minutes and 50 seconds. Slater still continues with the lead over Kanoa Igarashi, but Kanoa just needs a 1.91 to turn the heat at this point.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Is priority even in play? That's what I was going to say.
It doesn't matter. But, you never, you got to call it when you see it, right?
Yeah. Well, here goes Kanoa. That one snap should earn him a 1.91 to take the lead off of Kelly Slater. A little safety surfing by Kanoa Igarashi. Playing the game right now with 23 minutes and 40 seconds counting down.
Kelly, obviously, after decades of competition, has seemed to find a little zone that looks pretty good.
Looking pretty good on this wave. He goes for the completion. Kelly Slater looking to better his 3.07. So we'll be waiting for that score for Kelly Slater. Replay of Slater.
So Kelly down the beach, gets the first turn. Nice little snap into the bottom turn. So there's a combination of major moves, connection with the lip, and now up and riding Kanoa Igarashi.
Building up speed down the line. Throws the tail there. Layback hack to finish. Kanoa Igarashi.
So there's Kanoa. He's going to get himself better than the 1.63. Very similar style of waves that Kelly and Kanoa had here. We'll see the difference. They're both two maneuvers. The only difference that I saw from Kanoa was that maybe a little stronger in the final maneuvers. This snap here. He's carrying this speed. Snaps it in the lip, which is very, very nice, but then again, he had to weave to get to that maneuver. So separated. So those aren't combination of major moves, but they were two solid moves. He did have a little bigger wave, and he carried a lot of speed, because see how much ground he covers to get that extra speed. Kelly, on the other hand, was on a wave that was much shorter, but he was able to connect the two very nicely. And he mentioned how he has been the one that experiments the most with equipment during competition.
Igarashi throws it to the air, but goes down. Situation remains the same.
Maybe he's identified a certain zone.
Zooming down the line on this wide shot, Igarashi takes to the air, throws the board away. Kelly sees the corner of his zone, takes a little interest in it, decides to stop paddling to hang on to that priority position. 18 minutes on the countdown. Here, would actually bump Slater up that Jeep leaderboard and potentially give him that provisional Olympic qualification. Igarashi takes to the air and pulls the board down underneath him. That was a difficult air reverse to complete, but well done by Kanoa Igarashi. Looking to improve upon a 4.4.
This is, again, paddles into it. We talked about the entry speed. Nikki had mentioned how important it is. Again, carrying all this speed. See how he tapped the nose down as he went into the air above the lip and taps the nose down. That's a little distinction where you can have the rotation out. That's when he knows that he's landed.
He got this one after Pete.
And no make.
With a 4.83 and a 5.7. Kelly needing a 5.64 to take that lead from Kanoa Igarashi. Let's go with Slater here, floating through that first section. Some setup work down the line, building up some speed, looking for a dynamic finish. Throws the tail, gets caught up in the whitewater, incomplete. 55 career wins, 818 heat wins. Career average heat score of 14.89. All those numbers, the highest on tour.
Highest ever, too, I believe.
Slater, little mishap there on that left-hander.
Really quick wave. Tried to fit it in, pack in 2 moves, so a little hurried there.
World title for the men is going to be decided at the Bonsai Pipeline. Felipe Toledo has advanced to the quarterfinals, pushing that world title race all the way to the stop number 11 on the men's championship tour. That is the Billabong Pipe Masters. Kelly Slater looking to fight back, building up down the line. Big float, hops to a finish there. That's all he could muster out of that wave. It was a dynamic floater. The number he needs, Pete, 5.64. I want your initial reactions for that wave.
Well, 5.64, no. He could have easily done a huge air, and this is he looks at it, but I think he saw an opportunity. Maybe this floater could bring him all the way out to back to the open face, but no, it doesn't happen. Just the big single float. Pretty dramatic in the fact that he did ride over the top of the roof there and he jumped off of it, but again, it's not that difficult to maneuver.
Slater up, Slater out. Still searching for a wave to earn a 5.64.
Looking at Kanoa, he's obviously keeping Kelly in the peripheral, but also positioning himself in the best spot.
Kanoa's going to let Slater go here. Finds the left-hander. Got some room down the line. Oh, and gets tripped up. Couple of opportunities, so decision time for Kanoa Igarashi, and Slater's going to push that decision. Scratches into this one, finds a right-hander up and out for Slater. Clock continues to tick down, stays in position, 35 seconds, still opportunity for Kelly Slater. Defense getting played by Kanoa Igarashi at this moment, shoulder to shoulder with Slater. Looking at this left, Igarashi's going to not utilize priority. Good decision by Kanoa Igarashi as the clock ticks down, and Kanoa Igarashi continues on with his perfect track record against Kelly Slater. It is going to be 3 for Kanoa Igarashi in matchups, 0 for Kelly Slater. Slater eliminated from competition. Kanoa Igarashi moving on into the quarterfinals.